Yeah, right in the process of lining this up. Try to use FreeCam to line this up properly. Um, I think I might flip the schematic, honestly. Rotate it. Yeah, kind of like in this orientation a little bit better. Uh, I want to do it the long way, but let's see what it would look like, honestly. And then I could have the machines to the side. Yeah, that's the treat form that I just put up. This is about 6 chunks back though. Let's go down here and just try to line this up. This causes a lot of lag trying to line this up properly because this is all ghost blocks. That's definitely not the middle. The middle is right there, so I gotta push it over a lot. This is about real close to the middle. Let's F4, see what we're looking at. It's just about right there. So this right here is where I will put all the GregTech machinery and all that. I didn't have enough to make all the LV converters and all of that, and it was a little bit painful to try to make all of this, all of that manually, as well as the redstone cells or whatever right here, to make it manually. So I made a machine that could make the rest of these machines. Yeah, and I kind of like it like that. Um, might scoot it back so it's at least on the platform, so I can at least get to it, as well as the on and off button. Yeah, let's go down here. I feel like it's a little bit off center, which is gonna mess with my OCD. Yeah, it's off center. I just bring the chunk boundaries up. Alright, scoot it back. At least scoot it back to the start of the chunk. Alright, so we're good right there. Just gotta move it over. I need to see the dimensions of how wide it is. And that's the reason why I use these blocks right here. This reason why I also use the OCD texture pack or whatever. FV Disco OCD texture pack from back in the day. Because you could count the blocks very easily. It's built for redstone 1, 2. It's almost a chunk long. So I could just theoretically line this up with chunk and be fine. Alright. Alright, so that's the edge of the chunk. Just one over. This looks like it needs to come back forward a little bit. At least, yeah, at least one block. I don't want to access my machines from right there. So let's push this back a little bit more. Yeah, right here is fine because I could just bring the cable in all the way down here and then separate it over here to the different machinery. Let's take another look, see what it looks like before we finalize it. And this is a lot of chunks, so this is basically how many chunks of space we got in here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 chunks, and then 2 more chunks, and then we put another build in there. I could theoretically just move this back to the end of the chunk. Yeah, we're gonna move it back to the end of the chunk. This is also why I make my builds the way I make them. You know, has a border outlined to a certain degree, so I could tell what the dimensions are. Let's F4 this real quick. All right, we need to come back. Is that at the end of the? It is at the end of the chunk. All right. Let's confirm that. Yep. All right, and that's where we're gonna set it at. So you get rid of the chunk borders, and then we're gonna put this into the schematic cannon. With schematic cannon, I have it here. Alright, because it's in between all 4 of these barrels, this is all the components for it. You can go ahead and stick this in there. Throw the gunpowder in there. Let's look at the printer settings. I have it on skip missing blocks. That's fine for right now because I can go back and start it up. That's it. This is the last build for me of 2025. Last major large scale build. I'm not gonna go through the entire process, but you know, I love seeing that actually build your actual, you know, schematics. You know, this took a little bit right here. I had to diagnose this a little bit. I had to re-break the hopper clock because the hopper clock wasn't registering properly, and I had to put the items back in there and register everything again. I should actually go out in here and turn everything off. The next thing after this is the chain conveyors, and I really need to sit down and take a look at the TPS issue and all that and how to fix it. I know how to fix it, but you know, I really don't want to move my builds and stuff like that. It's too much work. I'm gonna come down here and basically turn this entire thing off because I don't need it on for right now. Pissing me off that this is not. It's working properly. It's just a TPS issue. That's just, you know, it's irritating. It's the second time building it up. You know, the first time I knew about TPS issues, but I never really had it because I never had such large scale builds. Uh, you know, in my worlds until recently. You know. Yeah, so I'm about to sit here and watch this build this up, and that's basically it. You know, next video should be in the new year or after this is completed if I have anything else to talk about.